I will tell you something about how you can requisition in the Labka Hospitals package, and this time I will do it significantly more thoroughly. I position the arrow on the requisition icon and click on it. I now get a dialog box with the patient's social security number. The system has remembered it for the past. I click OK. What happens now is that the system retrieves the patient's requisition data. Up here I can see the patient's social security number and the patient's name. Here I have a subset for a requisition. I can see the expected test date and time. I see that the test priority is scheduled. I can see what the requester's name is. I can see that it is blood. That 3 analyses have been requested on this requisition. Who did it and when? And if there had been a registered doctor, there would have been some information here. The requisitions we have here in the upper window are so-called new requisitions. This means that these are requisitions for which we have not yet printed out a sampling form. We can correct them and we can delete them. And I can also see that I have a correction key over here. The requisitions that come in this window, which is currently empty. These are requisitions on which we have printed a sampling form. So we can say that for these requisitions it applies that the sampling process has been started. The requisitions we have in the lower window that have been sampled. But the laboratory technician has also returned to the laboratory and received the receipt from the sample material. So the actual analysis process is underway. So here we have the planned requisitions. Requisitions on which the sampling process has been initiated. And requisitions on which the actual analysis work is started. When the analysis work itself, has been started, we can expect that there is a result key. So I press here and press order. And I now get this dialog box. I would like to think that in addition to this department having the answers, I would also like Department A2 to have the answers. So I will create them as be required. So I go in here and click A2. I can see here which sampling priority I have chosen planned. I could also have decided that the test should be taken now. For the time being, I will keep my planned sampling priority. Here I have the test date, and I could go in and choose, and I choose the date that says. But I can also set a sampling time. And I go in here and select 800. I see down here that I have something called a sampling note. It is a note that comes on the sample collection form, and on it I would like to inform that the patient is deaf. So I write. I see that I have here another requisition note. And I would like to draw attention to the fact that Dr. Hansen must be informed when the answers are finished. So I am writing here. These are some profiles that the department has designed itself. Perhaps in collaboration with the clinical chemistry laboratory. If I want to see what such a delivery profile contains as we see here, then I click with the right mouse button on the liver number. And I can now see that these are my live account profiles for my department. I click here and they disappear again. If I want to requisition live numbers, I double click here. And I can see that I now have my live account analyses ordered. I would like to supplement with a hemoglobin. And I therefore go to the analysis list. Here I find hemoglobin and double click on it. I would also like a sodium analysis. If I undo it, it disappears from this list and goes back to the list over here. So here we have our analysis profiles. Here's what we ordered, and over here an analysis list. If I look up here, I can see that it's the department's analysis list. I could call it the department's private analysis list. There is also a general analysis list. If I would like to see it, I click here with the right mouse button, and I then find the analysis list. And I can see here that there is a mark from the department's analysis list. That's the one I'm on now. But I want to choose the general analysis list, so I click here. And I see that now I got the general analysis list. I would like to order an album. It's in this list, so I'm clicking here. Then I had an albumin analysis ordered. It may have seemed a bit difficult to switch between the general and the department's private analysis list. But I can also do it with a hotkey. And I can show that. I will press Alt-L, then I will switch between the general analysis list and the department's private analysis list. I'm trying that now, and I'm on the department's analysis list. I have now selected my analyses, and I now want to send the requisition to the Labka system, so I go up and press OK. Now the requisition is sent to Labka. And here comes the receipt back in the top line here. It's hers. I have now finished requisitioning. We're shutting down here.